What's going on, guys? Your boy, Coach Anthony. Of course, we got none other than Fast Eddie Chambers, and we just wanted to go ahead and remind you I am offering every single course on my website that we already dropped up to date, which is 15 courses. And actually, I'm going to give you guys an extra course that we just made named Drillers Make Killers that isn't even released to the public yet. If you go ahead and grab the Master Boxing Bundle at 90% off, Eddie, 90% off. And not only that, I'm going to give you guys a free coaching call so we can go ahead and discuss what your personal goals are, what you're trying to accomplish through boxing, and how I can help you further in the future. Over the years, I've made courses like Build You From the Ground Up 1.0, Build You From the Ground Up 2.0, footwork drills, defensive principles 101, how to set traps and counterpunch, angles and how to create them, 50 combos to the head, 50 combos to the body, 50 head body combinations, how to box on the inside, how to box from the outside, how to box the opposite stance, which is basically orthodox versus southpaw, the complete Philly shell system, how to shadow box, heavy bag conditioning drills, and of course, like I mentioned before, the last course that isn't even released yet, Drillers Make Killers. Guys, this is a steal. I've sold these courses at $300 a pop, and many have purchased them in the past. And now you guys can get all of them at one time for 90% off with a coaching call. Guys, this is an opportunity. Do not miss it. Go ahead. Go to the website. Don't hesitate. You've been watching us on YouTube for years. We're here to help you. We want to take your boxing to the next level. Let's go. What up, what up, what up? How is everybody doing, man? We gonna do the Christmas countdown. Let me go ahead and shout out my Instagram. Make sure you guys pull up. We are live right now. We are live right now on YouTube, man. Get in here. Yeah, man. As you can see, man, I'm multitasking right now. But how's everybody doing? I hope everybody's good. I haven't been live basically since No Days Off November. Hold on, guys. 1 second. Let me get this post up. All right. Haven't been live since No Days Off November. Okay, I said that a few times already. But yeah, we're back. We are back, man. The countdown. The countdown till Christmas, man. So today is kind of just to break the ice. I will be going live again every single day, just like No Days Off November. So I wanted to get on here, provide you guys value, answer some questions. Today is going to be simple. Today's going to be the slow roll into different topics that we're going to talk about over the course of the next 10 days. And that's about it, man. You guys know No Days Off November was dope this year. We covered a lot of topics. We really dove into some real serious topics. And so that's basically what we're doing. Of course, as you guys know, the Black Friday sale, man, 90% off all courses, man, was something that I did for Black Friday. And I was trying to come up with a holiday sale, and I said to myself, you know what, man, it's the end of the year. It's the holiday. We're going to continue the sale. So if you guys want to go ahead and grab anything off the site, this is going to be the grand finale, guys, for real. You know what I'm saying? 90% off all the courses. You get a free coaching call with me. You get the Drillers Make Killers. You get access to the Facebook community. So this is just a final, like a last call, holiday end of the year sale. So if you guys appreciate my work, if you guys appreciate what I do, that would be a great Christmas gift, not only to me by you guys purchasing it, but to you guys as well, because you're going to get 16 courses. You're going to get access to a community. You guys are going to get on a personal call with me one-on-one for 90% off. Now, let's go into it, man. Let me go ahead and say what's up to everybody in here. We got my man, YouTube Alman. Hello, Coach. How are you doing? What's the subject for today? The subject is pretty simple. It is nothing really. We're just gonna talk. We're just gonna have a boxing Q&A. You know what I mean? We're not gonna dive into anything specific. We're just gonna chop it up. And we got plenty of days for the next few days to go ahead and make this happen. We are back. We got my man Garrett Groover. We are in here. What's going on, man? Garrett. Oh, he said, Gary, you are late. Okay, we got Coach. Is Eddie's fight still on? I see you guys working. Eddie's fight was in limbo for his last fight. So it was supposed to happen already. Right now, they're still in the works behind the scenes. So we'll see what happens. But Eddie just started, really taking this a little bit more serious this week. So we'll see where everything goes. I know you guys seen the post on his Instagram post. We did some boxing over the week and with some talent like Jerron Ennis, Mac Truck, who's originally from Atlanta. He's up here in Philadelphia now, training with Bozy Ennis. So we went over there the other day. We got a few rounds in, and we're gonna keep working, and we're gonna see what we could do with Eddie. We try to bring Eddie back. Coach, I have a question. How does one learn boxing from scratch with no coaching from a coach? Simple, champ. You go to the website, coachanthonyboxing.com. You get the Master Boxing Bundle. You get on the coaching call with me. You go ahead and you start with Build You from the Ground Up, champ. It's real simple. That's the reason why I continuously make the offer and give the 90% off. If you don't want to go that route, you got to find a boxing gym. You have to find a boxing gym. You know what I mean? So you have two options, right? You can either go ahead, grab a course, get on a call with me. You know what I mean? You can also, don't get me wrong, you can go down the YouTube rabbit hole, but it's going to send you in a bunch of different directions and stuff like that. And I don't know if you just want to go that route, man, and you just want to keep going and, full circles trying to figure out where you're going, right? So I'm highly going to suggest what I'm offering right now, since I'm offering something for people exactly in your situation. But if not, you can always go to a boxing gym, hire a boxing coach. Maybe you'll get lucky and you'll be able to get them for a good price. Maybe not. Maybe you'll have to do personal training. But at the end of the day, you need somebody who's going to eliminate the guesswork, somebody who's going to make it easy for you to just go ahead and progress. Mr. Special Feature. What's up, coach? I'm putting in work. I had my first fight in Las Vegas in February on a Border Wars card. I'm not too familiar. Is that a professional or amateur show? Let me know. What's up, No Farias? How you doing? How's everything with you, champ? How's everything with you, man? That's my boy, No Farias. Coach, are you working with Tevin Farmer for the rescheduled Bay fight? I don't believe I will be working with Farmer for this particular fight. But I wish Tevin the best of luck. That's my brother. And I wish him the best. How does one prioritize what he can learn from YouTube or from a website? Again, champ, this is not about priority. It's about knowing where to begin, knowing what the step by steps are, and it's going to be difficult for you to just try to guess it. You know what I mean? It really is. You know what I mean? I can sit here and tell you anything, but the key is to stick to the fundamentals, stick to the basics, and but you also need to have a plan. You also have to know exactly what you're doing. So like I said, going down YouTube, you can go through my YouTube. I have a bunch of stuff on there. You can go through the YouTube rabbit hole, like I said. But if you have zero experience, it's far easier to just let somebody guide you, honestly. It's an amateur fight put on by the Boxing Voice podcast. Oh, okay, that's what's up, champ, man. Good luck to you, man. I hope you go out there and shine and do your thing, man. I appreciate you. Coach, you and Eddie did your thing on that smart pressure post. I appreciate you. Yo, actually, the full videos on YouTube, those videos that you see on Instagram, they're simply just clips of longer form videos that we do on YouTube. So if you wanted to check out the full video, you can just go through my YouTube channel. And honestly, my most recent videos have been aggressive fighters, fast fighters, fighters who move a lot. I don't even know. I dropped so many videos, I forget off the top of my head everything that we drop. But definitely you guys can go ahead and go to the YouTube channel and check out those videos in full. And then what I do is I usually just clip them out and post clips on Instagram for the people who just got the short attention span, TikTok, people who don't want to sit there and watch long videos all day, or they just love Instagram. You know what I mean? What did you think about Tiafimo's fight versus Sander Martin this past Saturday? It was a good fight, very competitive fight. It's funny, man, because this keeps coming up. I was actually interviewed by I believe it's YSM. I believe, I hope I didn't get that wrong, and they asked me about this fight. Um, and I think Teofimo Lopez is a fantastic fighter. I think that he has all the tools, what I mean, to be one of the best in the division. And he still is. But what's happening is I just believe that he's neglecting certain areas of his fundamental training. And I think he needs to get back to the drawing board in that area. If he can get back to the drawing board and work on some of the things that I see uh, in specific detail, what I mean? I'm not going to go over all the details right now, but if he can go back to the drawing board and work on certain things where he's lacking, I think he could be on top of the division again. But last week he got clipped quite a bit with the counter check hook. Um, and no disrespect to Sander Martin, but Sander Martin did his thing. He needs his credit as well. He went in there alert, he went in there prepared, and it showed. And I just believe that the fight was very close. I don't think it was a robbery, but I do think that the fight was a lot closer than Teofimo expected it to be, and I think a lot of people were surprised by how close it was. But there was a percentage of people who did like Sander based off of his last performance with Mikey Garcia. But again, Sander's a good fighter, but I think Teofimo could be better. I think Teofimo could work on things so he can actually be better than what he's shown in previous outings. The problem with solo training is that we can't learn to take a punch because there's no opponent to throw punches. Yeah, I agree. But also the problem with beginners is learning, trying to get in there to get punched too soon. So if you don't have any training right now, there is no reason for you to be even considering getting punched in the face at this moment in time anyway. You should be focusing on your fundamentals. You should be focusing on properly throwing your punches, learning defense properly, learning offense properly. You can learn these skills if you found a training partner and you guys wanted to drill with each other certain basics, and defensive techniques. And even that takes time before you get to that. First, you got to learn how to stand. First, you got to learn how to step. Then you got to learn how to punch. Then you got to make sure those things are maximized and you're not making mistakes in those areas. And you'll be surprised how long some of that stuff takes. So the problem with, I think, people who just start boxing is you guys want to get in the mix right away. And that's not how boxing works. So yeah, I get it. The solo training aspect sucks. But if you go in it with the right mentality and you don't rush, solo training, with guidance can definitely be beneficial. It's better than not training at all, right? So if you came to me right now and say, "Hey, man, I want to work on my skills, but I don't got a coach, so I'm not going to work on my skills," then it's kind of like, then what are we doing, right? You're not working on your skills, right? So you're just wasting time. And then if you're like, "Well, I'm just going to work on my skills based off what I think I need," and you just start going through YouTube and doing different videos because you don't even know where to begin, but you think it looks cool. Now you're just picking up bad habits. You think you're doing it right, you're doing it wrong. And then what ends up happening is when you meet a real trainer, they're going to be having to fix all these mistakes that you picked up along the way. So the best thing to do is to find a trainer who knows what he's doing, who's going to spend the time to build you up. If you can't find a trainer like that, your next option is to find a trainer who is going, that you're going to be able to pay for his time for him to train you up. And if that doesn't work, then the next step would be find somebody like myself who's willing to help you online and make sure that you're able to do these specific steps on your own. So, these are your options and you have to exercise one of them. Just trying to figure this out on your own is going to be too difficult. Lunatic Libertarian in the house. What's going on, champ? Big shout out to Diva Richards, Do Work Podcast. Yo, coach, what's going on, Diva? What's going on, Diva? How you doing, man? Hope everything is good with you. Ain't heard from you in a couple of weeks. I know you're busy. Make sure y'all follow Diva Richards, man, if y'all want that motivation. If you guys want to learn business, if you guys want to learn how to take control of your life, if you guys want to learn how to be organized and get up early and go to sleep at the right time and step by step Diva Richards could be a fantastic addition to your just your life in general. So make sure you follow her channel. Her channel is there. She's just starting out with her channel, so it'd be dope if y'all supported her and check her out. Um, dope, dope, bunch of free game all the time. Chris, been there. Facts, Coach Chris. Absolutely, man. It's funny, Chris, because a lot of people, when they hear me, and I know a lot of people when they hear me talk about, go to the website, grab the courses, or have a person like me guide them. You know what I mean? People may feel he's being a salesman. He's just trying to sell me his courses. That Coach Anthony, all he cares about is the money. He just wants to sell the courses. But the truth of the fact of the matter is I do want you to get the courses, but I also want you to get value from the courses, right? Yes, I'm providing a service. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the secret is out. Coach Anthony's trying to sell you something. You guys busted me. But guess what? What I'm trying to sell you is to help you. And what people end up doing, I see it time and time again, where people are like, just doing I can't tell you how frustrated I get. And it's the reason why I started a YouTube channel. It's the reason why first I went 2 years before I sold my first course. You know what I mean? The reason I started selling courses was because people were requesting it, like, Coach, when are you going to sell something? Like, you're giving out these tips, but I want something in order. One day I would talk about angles. Next day I would talk about the Philly shell. Next day I would talk about this. Next day I would talk about that. And people wanted to know step by step. If I had to teach my son, like you are, Chris, step by step, what can I do? And that's why I provided the courses. And then it got even deeper. Coach, can I get on a coaching call with you? Coach, can you watch my shadow boxing? Can you watch me hit the heavy bag? Can you watch a clip of me sparring on my fight and give me your feedback? And I would get DMs upon DMs about this. And I'm just like, I got it. I know what I'll do. I'll open up the doors to give people an opportunity to talk to me, show me their videos, let me review them, let me give them a plan of action. You still got to do the work, right? I'm only giving you the plan of action. At the end of the day, if you don't listen to me, if you don't listen to my guidance, if you don't put in the work, if you try to skip steps because you think you can do it better than I can, then hey, man, by all means, good luck to you. But if you want my professional opinion, this is why I provided what I'm providing. You feel me? And I just think that a lot of people underestimate that, and people think that they can figure it out on their own. I used to be like that when it came to a lot of things. And guess what? Every time all it did was waste time. You learn experience. And you know what the experience is sometimes? Damn, I should have just hired somebody from the beginning and I wouldn't be in this mess. That's the experience that you learn sometimes. Sometimes people think, oh, I learn better through experience. Yeah, but sometimes experience is letting you know you could have saved a whole bunch of time by just hiring somebody. You thought that you was going to save money. Think about the money and the time. They don't like you save money, you waste time, it costs more in the long run, right? You can't get time back. You can get money back, not time. So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing, and I think that people need to take advantage of that, because eventually that's not going to be the case. You feel me? Dominican Ali versus the Ghost Martin, best fight at 135 before. Man, that's a good fight, man. I haven't seen enough of Frank Martin. Um, I have seen the Dominican Ali, and I like him a lot. I forget his name. What's his actual name? But Frank Martin, I'm hearing a lot about him, but I haven't seen him fight. But I've seen the Ali kick fight, and the kid's good. Hey, coach, should you always move your head off the center line as you throw the jab or after you throw it? You don't always have to move your head off the center line when you throw a jab. I mean, there's times you're gonna throw the jab from right here, as long as your glove is here to catch a counter jab, maybe catch a hook. You know what I'm saying? You got to bring your hand back. Obviously, there's gonna be times you're gonna slip and throw your jab. There's gonna be times you're gonna slip and throw your jab. You see what I'm saying? So sometimes you go bang bang. Sometimes I pop one in the middle and I slip on the second one. You know what I mean? Sometimes I pop one over here and I slip over here and bring it up like a Jeff Mayweather will call this the spear jab. Somebody who I've had the pleasure to work corners with. You know what I'm saying? For the record, big shout out to Jeff Mayweather. But he would call this the spear. He'll go bang, bang, right? And then you got bang, and then you got bang. You see what I'm saying? So you don't have to always slip off the center line when you're throwing a jab, but it's always good to move your head or your feet after you throw a jab, right? We don't just want to go like this, bang and then bang, right? We want to bang and then, maybe go bang, slip over, bang, or maybe go bang, slip, and then bang. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe we just go bang, 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 and then off that hook, then we got to make a decision. I mean, you know, worst thing you want to do is throw punches and then stand there ready to, get the receipt, like they like to say. You know what I'm saying? You got to be ready to go to a new spot. We got a link. Absolutely, Diva. Absolutely. For sure. You know the vibes. You can hit me up whenever. El Futuro, what's up, coach? What's going on, my guy? I gotta hit you up, man. Big shout out to everybody in the CA boxing community, man. Big shout out to everybody. I got something in the works for you guys real soon, something real dope. I'm just loading up right now, guys. Holiday season. I know everybody's busy. People out shopping for their families. People are making plans. Some people already celebrating different holidays. That's why I said happy holidays, right? You got Hanukkah, you got Kwanzaa, you got Christmas coming up. You know what I mean? So, for that being said, I know it's just a busy time. Then we got New Year's coming up. So it's just a busy time, but I'm going to make sure that I get on here. I'm definitely going to put together some nice topics for us to talk about. I kind of just wanted to ease in, kind of like what I did with No Days Off November, right? We eased in and then we hit it strong with some good topics. We're going to do that and we're going to tackle a lot of stuff. And I would love to have some of my CA boxing community people come on here and talk. Fertudo talk last time, said some real positive things. So be dope to have you guys on here. A good boxing coach is hard to come by. I've learned so much from you over the years. Leveled me up, no question. Thank you, Diva. I appreciate that. I came into this conversation late because I want someone, not as a trainer, but for the fights. Not sure what you mean by that. Kyle Turner, what's going on, champ? I see you. I see you. Need that Coach Anthony Miss Master certification for 2023. Absolutely, man. Yeah. A lot of people over the years have wanted to learn how to hold mitts for me. So I'm gonna teach it now because I'm gonna be honest, y'all don't even know. Like a week and a half ago, I was hitting the heavy bag and my bicep popped. Like I threw a jab, like boom, I rotated it real nice, and I felt the pop right here in the bicep. I thought I tore it. As soon as I hit it, I thought I tore it. And I was like, here we go, another injury. I came home, I iced it up. I didn't do anything, no heavy bag work, no weight training, no nothing for like 5 days. And I started feeling better. There was no bruising. I was like, thank you, God. So now I'm just in the process of some like, rehab work, real light weights. Today I touched some weights, real light. You know what I mean? I got the KT tape on. Real light stuff, but I did pump some blood, tested it out, no pain. I'm talking to somebody I know who's very knowledgeable and she's helping me through this. Big shout out to Debbie. And so once this is fully healed, I'm gonna go ahead and get on this mitt work thing because if I get injured and I can't hold mitts for whatever reason, people gonna be like, damn, coach, you never taught us that mitt work, man, before you done got banged up. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna put something together. That's coming in 2023 for sure. I definitely want to get more involved with helping coaches. So I'm going to definitely put something together for the coaches, a lot of coaches. And for the record, uh, the Coach Anthony 2.0, I'm gearing that towards some of the coaches where I'm helping coaches with some of their own personal needs. I'm not necessarily putting together a Coach Anthony midwork cert in the 2.0, but people are learning midwork from me in Coach Anthony 2.0 because I'm dealing with people one-on-one on their specific needs. And there are some fathers and coaches that are involved. So that's just something to think about for people out there who do want to get to that before I drop the cert. Maybe you may want to learn something. I can actually sit here and talk you through and guide you. And that's a service I probably should pull back, but I'm still offering that as well. I seen you and Eddie went down to Bosie's gym. How was that experience, man? And great, man. I've known Bosie for many years. Bosie's known Eddie since Eddie was an amateur. So these are people who we have relationships with. Bosie Ennis. I remember Jerome Boots Ennis when he was a JO amateur. You know what I'm saying? Well, he really didn't fight as much as a JO, but I knew him when he was very young. I should say that's the best way for me to put it. So these is like associates that we are associated with that we've known for many years. We've always had respect for each other, and it's all love when we go over there, man. So it was nice, man. It was nice for Eddie to get in there, and he boxed Jaron Ennis. Jaron Ennis is a monster, for a guy 147 pounds. It's gonna be very difficult to beat that kid, man. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. It's gonna be. I just don't see anybody beating the kid, man. Honestly, man. That's no shade toward Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence, but it's just my true opinion. And they got a nice system down there, man. So big shout out to Bosie's Dungeon. Big shout out to Boney, Jaron Ennis. All the guys down there, man. A lot of talent over there. Which is better for improving punching precision? Human dummy or a heavy bag? I'm hitting a heavy bag every day of the week. I'm not into the punching dummies. I'm not into the bob, whatever the bob. Like we're hitting heavy bags, man. You know what I mean? I'm old school, and plus, honestly, I don't even think that's old school because that punching dummy's been out for many years, and I think there's a reason why you don't see any professional fighters using that thing. And it's really because you can't place your punches correctly on that thing. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm hitting a heavy bag. Boots that guy. Yes, sir. Absolutely, man. That kid's serious, man. He's the truth. He should probably fight Errol Spence for that name. Like, yo, man, if I beat you, I'm the truth now. Yeah, Diva, we gotta set something up, man. Get you certified, man. Get you that mitt work certification, man. I got you. How do you feel about fighters who spar without headgear on? Honestly, it's not recommended because of the cuts. It's not recommended because of the cuts. A lot of people think that the headgear protects you from like brain trauma or getting knocked out. What the headgear does is really protects you from the cuts. They actually did a study that showed that headgears don't stop any of that stuff much more than not having a headgear. So a lot of guys that I know that's ever like, and trust me, most pros that I've ever came in contact with do wear headgears. Matter of fact, I haven't seen too many that don't. The people who I see who don't spar with headgears are more like MMA guys, and sometimes I see like some Instagram videos, you know what I mean? And every once in a while, you might get a pro fighter who go in there on some cocky stuff. But for the most part, man, if a professional fighter is getting prepared for a professional prize fight, they're wearing a headgear because they don't want anything that's going to prevent them from fighting. And a cut can mess up your chances on the fight, right? If you mess up your eye real bad with an elbow or something like that, or a headbutt or something like that, um, now the fight might get called off, right? And we got to remember these are professional prize fighters. They are fighting for a prize. They are looking to get paid. This is a business. This isn't recreation. So, most professionals are going to wear headgears. Most competitive amateurs are going to wear headgears. So even though you fight without a headgear, in some elite, I don't know if the amateurs are still doing no headgear, but the pros that do obviously don't wear headgear. You wear headgear in the gym to prevent yourself from unnecessary injuries, the same way that professional fighters use 16-ounce gloves, right? You fight with 8 ounces or 10 ounces, but you train with 16s, sometimes 18s and 20s, depending if you're a heavyweight. or big puncher, right? This is to prevent injury, So that's really the purpose on it. So my thoughts on it is, if you're not doing it, if you're doing that, if sparring with no headgear, it's kind of foolish if you have something coming up. Who do you think is the best pure boxer in the sport right now? I don't know, man. That's a good question. I mean, I like Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney, Jaron Ennis. I think Jaron Ennis is the most talented fighter I've seen. Um, I think that uh, the two names I already mentioned, Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, are definitely candidates. Um, you know, yeah, guys like that, man. Those are like the top guys that I could think of offhand. Coach, when did you start boxing? I had my first fight at 16 years old. Um, so around 15, 16 years old is when I started, around 15, really. Do you need to train your back a lot to box? Um, I mean, you should train your back for sure. And your body's, indirectly working all the muscle groups when you're boxing. When you're punching, your lats are involved, your triceps, your biceps, your shoulders are involved, your core is involved, your legs are involved. So when you're boxing, the total body is really getting involved. You know what I mean? You're not doing like isolation exercises as much, but you're more so focusing on, your total body. So I'm gonna say that your back does need to get trained, and it does get trained. Every time you throw hooks and punches and stuff, your lats are involved. And of course, you can always add some additional back exercises, maybe some lower back exercises to strengthen your core and your lower back, pull ups, things of that nature that are going to help strengthen your back. It's definitely important for a boxer. And I'm also learning this because, boxers are typically like this, right? And we're kind of like, we're here. And, when you train your back, is actually good to prevent injury. So, um, you definitely want to train your back. Is there any past boxes that you watched more than anyone else when you were first getting into the boxing scene? Um, I mean, I started out watching Felix Tito Trinidad because he was Puerto Rican. I talked about that, in numerous occasions where, I got into boxing because of my grandmother who watched the boxing channel, the Spanish boxing channel, Telemundo. And then, I started watching. I looked for a fighter that I liked, somebody who resembled something that I could latch on to, and that was Trinidad. But I also liked Roy Jones Jr. I always ended up liking the slick fighters, Roy Jones Jr. And then I spent a large duration watching Floyd Mayweather, man. I mean, you got to think, I'm not a really old trainer, right? So for me, Floyd Mayweather, was already, one of the top lightweights when I was watching, and involved with boxing as a person who wanted to be a fighter myself. So I was watching Floyd, I was watching Roy Jones, Bernard Hopkins, De La Hoya, Eric Morales, Barrera. These are the guys that I was watching. You know what I mean? Talented guys like that. So but I always really liked Floyd, man. I'm gonna be honest. Floyd Mayweather was always somebody who he just did everything properly, man. He just did everything the way it was supposed to be done. And probably the best fighter that I've seen, in my era, like, and I've watched a lot of good fighters, man. I just think Floyd's the best one I've seen. What do you think of the idea of changing from boxing to MMA gloves across both sports to minimize overall damage and produce quick knockouts? What do you think of the idea of changing from boxing to MMA gloves across both sports to minimize overall damage and produce quick knockouts? I'm not quite following lunatic. I'm not quite following. Um, what do you mean changing from boxing to MMA gloves to minimize over? Are you saying MMA fighters train with boxing gloves to protect their hands? Like I'm just not quite sure what you're saying. How do you like how do you like between who do you like between Charlo and Tszyu? That's a good fight, man. Tim Tszyu is really good, underrated. Um Good fighter, man. I like him. And Charlo obviously is Charlo. We know Charlo's good. Charlo's been in the biggest stage longer. It's a hell of a fight, man. I think it might be a little premature for Tszyu. I wish Tszyu would have had a little bit more time to build up. But skill wise, the kid is the truth, man. I like him a whole lot, man. I think he's gonna give Charlo a really good fight, man. Hard to bet against Charlo because he's been at this level for quite a while. But Tszyu he's the truth. He's gonna give a good fight. He's gonna give a real good fight. And I wouldn't be surprised if he won. Honestly, I really wouldn't. Well, this depends, man. When you say the Philly show, we talking about guys who showed the road like James Tony. Are you talking about I mean the Philly show, man, is a deep thing, man, when you talk about the Philly show, right? You got guys who did it, but I guess you're gonna have to go back in the day to find guys like that, man. Guys like just depends, man. You had guys who did like the cross arm and stuff, and people consider that the Philly shell. But if we're gonna talk about the Philly shell the way we like to talk about it, which is shoulder rolls, bends the way, slick fighting, I'm gonna just say, man, watch James Tony when he was a middleweight. That was an idea presented by Joe Rogan that the padding caused more overall damage. The less padding in an actual fight, this was presented to reduce the number of punches. Yeah, I mean and I've always said that about boxing, and that's what makes boxing very dangerous compared to like MMA. MMA, without a doubt, you got to worry about knees, kicks, getting choked out, getting your arm broke, elbows, ground and pound, right? Like it's far more brutal. But in boxing, you're getting repeatedly hit over and over and over. And if you have any heart, if you have any courage, chances are you're not going to quit. So as you're not quitting, you're repeatedly getting punched. Whereas in MMA, you hit me with a couple of shots, either you knock me out immediately, or as soon as you hit me, I grab you, take you to the ground, and we go to grappling, or you can keep me at distance with your kicking, right? So in MMA, there's more tools, which means more options to not get punched. Where in boxing, it's consistently getting punched. And the bigger gloves, I don't know if it's going to play a detriment to what Joe Rogan said, but he's probably right on this. But I think it's more so about just repeatedly getting hit. If you were getting repeatedly hit with the smaller gloves and not getting knocked out, then I'm going to say the smaller gloves are actually worse. But the fact is, you're not, right? You get hit with those smaller gloves, you're probably going to get knocked out. Fight's over. So the bigger padding, I don't think it prevents you from getting hurt more, but I just think that you can actually deal with it longer. But then you're constantly getting hit. So now it's kind of like you're getting hit more as well and you're getting rattled. So it's like an illusion, right? It's like you have the illusion that it's safe, and it is safe per punch, but it won't be safe over a duration, if that makes sense, because you're not getting knocked out as easily. Can you do a video on forearm blocking? Do you think it's a lost art? I see that floating around the internet a lot now. A lot of people are teaching, doing this. And don't get me wrong, it could work. I'll do a video and talk about it. But you do have to remember, man, when you're here and you're looking to block everything like this, that's dangerous. I wouldn't recommend blocking everything like that. You know what I mean? Now I might shoulder roll the shot. You might come with something else. I might bring this up. You know what I mean? Just to deflect, but to consistently make this the main block, dangerous. But I'll touch deeper on that in a video and demonstrate why I say it's dangerous and why you shouldn't look to only block that way. But it's definitely something that can be incorporated. Boxing blocking techniques and boxing guard types work in boxing. Would boxing defensive techniques work on the street? Yeah, I actually made a video on this, man. You should check it out, man. Just pull up Coach Anthony's Street Fight, yes, and you should be able to find it. I actually go over all of that. Hey, coach, the difference between a catch and a parry. Well, catching punches, you can catch a punch like this. Some people will say blocking is catching, but really, if you're catching, it's kind of like catching, right? And parrying is more of the maneuvering of the hand. So if like somebody throws a jab and I catch it and then move it, now I'm parrying it, right? That's a parry. Someone throws a jab from the other direction, and that's a parry. So these are more parry. Somebody throws a body shot and I maneuver it. So the parry will take the arm and simply guide it that way, or even just catch, like smack it down. Like if I throw a jab and you tap it and then throw a right hand over the top, with that can be considered a parry as well. So the parry is mainly the maneuvering of the hand, basically. No problem. Weekend Warrior Boxing. Guys, don't forget, man, go to the website, CoachAnthonyBoxing.com. The sale is still going. It's still going. It's the holidays, man. I'm feeling good, man. You know what I mean? So we're going to definitely be on here. We're going to consistently be going live every day for the next days up until Christmas. We'll see how this goes. I don't know how long I'm going to be live every single day, but I will be going live. 1 second. Okay, I will be going live every single day, and yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun, man. So make sure you guys hit that bell notification. Hit that bell notification so you can be alerted, I should say. What's going on, champ? Salute. Thanks for the videos. I learned a bunch, man. You are very welcome. Sub coach, is there a big difference between a right cross, a chopping right cross versus the overhand right? Yeah, those are three different those are three different punches. Yes, there is a difference. Those are three different punches, champ. What can I do if someone's boxing me with longer reach, taller in height? You gotta move your head, man. You gotta get close. You gotta get into range. You gotta go ahead and you gotta work. I actually have a video on YouTube, man. Look at that. I'm not even sending you to the website. Go to the YouTube, man. How to box a taller fighter. I actually have a video on it. Go on my YouTube channel. Check it out. Guys, I'm going to take a short break and I'm going to be right back. So don't go nowhere. What's going on, guys? Your boy, Coach Anthony. Of course, we got none other than Fast Eddie Chambers. And we just wanted to go ahead and remind you, I am offering every single course on my website that we already dropped up to date, which is 15 courses. And actually, I'm going to give you guys an extra course that we just made named Drillers Make Killers that isn't even released to the public yet. If you go ahead and grab the Master Boxing Bundle at 90% off, Eddie, 90% off. And not only that, I'm gonna give you guys a free coaching call so we can go ahead and discuss what your personal goals are, what you're trying to accomplish through boxing, and how I can help you further in the future. Over the years, I've made courses like Build You From the Ground Up 1.0, Build You From the Ground Up 2.0,
footwork drills, defensive principles 101, how to set traps and counterpunch, angles and how to create them, 50 combos to the head, 50 combos to the body, 50 head-body combinations, how to box on the inside, how to box from the outside, how to box the opposite stance, which is basically orthodox versus southpaw, the complete Philly shell system, how to shadow box, heavy bag conditioning drills, and of course, like I mentioned before, the last course that isn't even released yet, Drillers Make Killers. Guys, this is a steal. I've sold these courses at $300 a pop, and many have purchased them in the past. And now you guys can get all of them at one time for 90% off with a coaching call. Guys, this is an opportunity. Do not miss it. Go ahead. Go to the website. Don't hesitate. You've been watching us on YouTube for years. We're here to help you. We want to take your boxing to the next level. Let's go.
I didn't even have to make a new commercial, man. I didn't even have to make a new commercial. We still got the Black Friday sale going, 90% off. Oh, and if you don't want to get the Master Boxing Bundle, or if you already got a few courses, you can get a freaking course for 79 bucks. 79 bucks right now. You can just go ahead, grab a course. Not even 100 bucks, man. I'm selling these things for $300. People probably pissed off. Like, I paid 300. Now you got this sale, but that's okay. I got something for y'all too, guys. For the people who's purchased from me in the past, who paid full price. I got something for you guys as well. But yeah, man, now is the time. The coaching calls are getting filled up. I might have to cut the coaching calls. So that's the only thing that might change in this holiday season. I've been doing coaching calls all day, literally, for everybody who's purchased from me. So that's the only thing, but I'm still offering it. So if you're looking at this right now and you actually want to get on a FaceTime virtual coaching call with me, and I can actually dive in, talk to you about your goals, help put together a plan, for you based off of the Master Boxing Bundle. This is still available, but if I had to change anything right now on that offer in the next day or two, that would be the only thing. And I've been saying this for a minute, and I kind of been making it work, but it's getting a little overwhelming with the coaching calls. So if anything, I might cut that, but you still have a chance to get the coaching calls. So if you ever wanted to talk to me personally about your own boxing journey, now is the time to get that Master Boxing Bundle, because the coaching call is still available. Okay, guys, let's get back to these questions. Hey, Coach Anthony, I want to know how to throw a shovel hook. Man, I mean, I can't, I could show you right here. A shovel hook is where you slip over and you bring the hook up. It's almost like an uppercut, right? It's like a shovel. Look, 45, right? That's the hook. That's the shovel, right? That'll be a hook. This is the shovel. It comes up in a 45-degree angle. I have a video on YouTube on how to do it. Peter Nieves, what's good, cuz? Big shout out to the one and only Peter Nieves, the world famous Peter Nieves, the New York City Golden Glove champ, former world-class professional boxer. Peter Nieves, man, what's going on, my guy? That's my cousin right there. Big shout out to Pete, man. El Gancho, okay. You already know, El Gancho. Coach, my head hurts every time I punch the bag hard. How do I prevent that? I don't know, man. I would have to see you hitting the bag. I don't know what you're doing. You might want to get that checked out. I don't know. That's something that I can't really answer you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a doctor. But what I could tell you is, I don't know. You might want to look into that. What's your opinion on expert boxing channel? Listen, man, I don't have opinions on any other boxing channel other than Coach Anthony Boxing. I have zero opinions. You guys can go look at his stuff if that's what you guys want to do. But here at Coach Anthony Boxing, I only have an opinion on what I'm doing. So that's up for you guys to take that risk and go ahead and go to these other channels, and you have to decipher, and hopefully you have enough of a comprehension to decipher good advice from bad advice. Not, but I'm not going to give opinions on anybody's channel, especially if I don't have a relationship with them. I have nothing to say about his channel. The De La Hoya 45 hook, man. De La Hoya had a hell of a hook to the body, that's for sure. Keep them questions coming, guys. If not, I'm gonna pull out of here, man. We're gonna have plenty of time to do this, man, because I'll be getting on here every single day, counting down these next few days. I'll have some good topics coming up. So how do you avoid the left hook from an orthodox fighter as a southpaw? My biggest problem. So you're a southpaw, lunatic? Is that what you're saying? You're a southpaw? Yeah, so if you're a southpaw and you're getting caught with the hook, you may want to be paying attention to how you're throwing your jab. Like if you're just like bullshitting with your jab, if I'm fighting a southpaw as the righty and he's popping a jab at me, and I feel like it's lazy, bang, I'll catch him right over the top of his jab with a hook. You know what I mean? So you want to be careful when it comes to that. You know what I mean? You can also circle the way people tell you not to circle, right? Everybody says don't go this direction, don't go to your right, or you're a southpaw. So that would be your left, right? Everybody wants you to beat the front foot, but you can actually go the other direction. You see what I'm saying? But you have to do it smartly because you could walk into a right hand, right? So there's definitely tactics. And I have a course on this, lunatic. How to box the opposite stance. You've been following me for over a year now. All right. I'm just saying, I'm just putting it out there. It's only 79 bucks if you only want to get one course. But yeah, man, I would definitely look into how you're throwing your jab because that's like getting caught with a check hook, you know. And if you're standing close and you're getting hooked, just bring the freaking glove up or go under it. I mean, these are your options. Thank you for the encouragement across the text you sent. That was going a long way. Been busy taking care of business. Thank you for the knowledge you're putting in these, man. No problem, champ. YouTube Owl Man, this is gonna be my last time talking to you today. And if you see, you've asked this question numerous times and I have not answered it. Okay, because if you're gonna ask a question, there has to be some base of knowledge behind your question, right? You are asking me if Mike Tyson can beat a welterweight in his prime. This is a question that doesn't make sense in the boxing world, right? So let me educate you as a coach. You should be asking me if Mike Tyson can beat a current heavyweight, not a welterweight. These are two different weight classes. They have nothing to do with each other, champ. Zero to do with each other. So you have to think before you ask certain questions because the fight will never happen. The fight would never happen. You feel me? So that's just me. If you was in front of me in person, I would be telling you exactly how I'm telling you right now. I can't answer those questions because those questions aren't questions that should be even asked because it's not realistic questions. I can say whatever I want. It doesn't really matter, right? If you're gonna ask a fantasy fight, you have to ask a fantasy fight of a fight that can actually happen. You feel me? Absolutely, Pete. I see you, Pete. You definitely got hit with that check hook repeatedly all night long. All right, y'all. Well, I'm done for tonight, man. I will be on here tomorrow, man. We're gonna get on here every single day, countdown to Christmas. I just want to come on here, show face, let you guys know what I'm doing. If you're watching this late, thank you for the love. If you guys want to get on a coaching call, do not hesitate. Get that master boxing bundle now, because if I change anything within the next few days with the sale, it's gonna be the coaching calls. I'm gonna keep the 90%, y'all. It's the holiday. This is the holidays deal. All right, but then this is it. Once the holiday deal is over, it is over. It is a wrap 1000%. Okay, so if you guys want to get the master boxing bundle at 90% off, if you guys want to go ahead and get on a live call with me. There you go. I got a brain freeze for a second. You know what I mean? Get on a live call with me. Help me put together, program your training, get you ready for the new year. Now is the time, because that's going to be the main thing that I change in that offer if I change anything within the next few days. All right, guys. So don't hesitate on the coaching call. And I want to say thank you to everybody for the love and support. And as you guys already know, man, boxing.
What's going on, guys? Your boy, Coach Anthony. Of course, we got none other than Fast Eddie Chambers. And we just wanted to go ahead and remind you, I am offering every single course on my website that we already dropped up to date, which is 15 courses. And actually, I'm going to give you guys an extra course that we just made named Drillers Make Killers that isn't even released to the public yet. If you go ahead and grab the Master Boxing Bundle at 90% off, Eddie, 90% off. And not only that, I'm gonna give you guys a free coaching call so we can go ahead and discuss what your personal goals are, what you're trying to accomplish through boxing, and how I can help you further in the future. Over the years, I've made courses like Build You From the Ground Up 1.0, Build You From the Ground Up 2.0, Footwork Drills, Defensive Principles 101, How to Set Traps and Counterpunch, Angles and How to Create Them, 50 combos to the head, 50 combos to the body, 50 head-body combinations, how to box on the inside, how to box from the outside, how to box the opposite stance, which is basically orthodox versus southpaw, the complete Philly shell system, how to shadow box, heavy bag conditioning drills, and of course, like I mentioned before, the last course that isn't even released yet, Drillers Make Killers. Guys, this is a steal. I've sold these courses at $300 a pop, and many have purchased them in the past. And now you guys can get all of them at one time for 90% off with a coaching call. Guys, this is an opportunity. Do not miss it. Go ahead. Go to the website. Don't hesitate. You've been watching us on YouTube for years. We're here to help you. We want to take your boxing to the next level. Let's go.
Peace out, y'all.